My students are doing a unit on fast fashion. They chose the topic. I was concerned that they didn't seem very interested in the previous topic, and so I asked them that what they would like to study. I've decided to go for a project-based learning model, mainly because I think that this is very collaborative and it allows the students to determine their outcomes. I looked at the task-based approach, which is commonly used for language teaching. However, although it's communicative, I didn't think that it provided the students enough opportunity to have agency. I also looked at the POGIL model, which I liked in some respects with regards to the clearly assigned roles, but I was concerned that the students wouldn't have enough agency as the teacher determines the outcomes. Um, so I'll be following the project-based learning process by Todd and Hay. There are 8 stages. I'll also be using the English language learner scaffolds on the Buck Institute website, which allows for language scaffolding. The first part will be open and immerse, where I will be trying to stimulate the students' interest by asking them to go on sites and to find out how many clothes they can buy for $50. Um, they will also have opportunities to look at National Geographic interactive activities and to go onto Prezi to find out where clothing comes from. So there'll be a lot of digital technology involved. In the explore stage, I'll be giving them web links, but we'll be watching a film, which I will have to adapt and because of the language levels. We'll also be doing Edpuzzle with questions and some Ed. Some of this will be done as flip learning. Also, jigsaw readings will be an important focus. At the same time, they'll be building a bank of vocabulary, and this will be entirely up to them. They will be developing their own vocabulary learning goals. They'll work as a team. They'll have opportunities to do peer teaching, such as using Powtoon, Quizlet, which can be done flip, PowerPoint, and they can also be doing jigsaw readings together to build their vocabulary. At the identify stage, I will provide them with a challenge. How can you inform your community about the issues of fast fashion? They will then have to create a campaign and they have a choice of products. A lot of these are digital and all of them will require some use of digital technology, whether it's creating a website, a brochure, presentation, poster, or blog. I expect them to choose to do more than one of these, unless, of course, it's a film, in which case this may require a lot of time. At the identify stage, they'll also be setting goals, which they'll do with their group and individually along with me. And this will be important for the language learning outcomes. The group will also assign roles. Um, Blogging and reflection is going to be really important. And so at this stage, we will be setting them up with blogging questions and they can choose the technology they want to blog on. At the gathering stage, they'll then go onto sites. I will have to be quite supportive here and probably adapt a lot of sites because they don't have the language learning for this. I'll also be providing flip activities for them to build their language skills depending on what they've chosen to do. They'll also be expected to reflect. Um, the next stage is the creation stage, and this is where they will start to actually develop using the digital technologies according to the agreed language learning outcomes, and there'll be a lot of self-evaluation and collaboration. Finally, they'll share their product. It'll be a real-world outcome. There will be a campaign, and whether this is at school or in the community in some way, and it will involve digital technologies. And finally, they'll have to evaluate using the final reflection cycle from Gibbs. They can do this on their blog, their OneNote, or their Padlet, and they will assess themselves first against agreed outcomes, and then I will assess them after.